Good morning, everyone. It's Colin Pomeroy here. Today, I just wanted to talk about three common mistakes that we make when we're installing new habits or trying to create habit change. So I'm going to go over the three, and then we're going to go through an exercise of how to. It's actually been very effective in my life currently for my habit change, and it'll address these three mistakes. And this is going to be actually part of a bigger free course that I'm putting together. And so I'm not going to go into a lot of details about certain components, but it'll basically give you what you need to start making change right now. So the three mistakes are, the first one is that we're trying to do stuff too big. We're trying to use too much of our discipline, which turns out discipline is a finite resource. So it's like going to the gym and trying to lift too much weight in the very beginning instead of starting small and working our way up to 300 pounds or whatever. And we could injure ourselves that way. So that's the first mistake. And how we really want to address it is we want to start small. So the second one is our beliefs are incongruent with our new behavior. So have you ever known somebody who does a cleanse or a diet for 30 days and then right afterwards goes right back into the way they were eating before and their health habits? It's because their beliefs weren't congruent enough with their new behavior to keep it going for the long term. So this exercise, I'm going to show you how to work on your beliefs and actually create that change and actually create who you want to be that's congruent with your goals and your habits. The last part is that the last mistake rather is that there's no emotion in it. There's no excitement and there's no heart in our new habit change. And habits really require commitment. Whether we're using a little discipline or a lot, they do require commitment. So I'm going to also show you how to do this in this exercise of how to infuse it with some heart and some passion. So you're probably wondering why we have to do preparation before starting the habit change, why we can't just jump right into it. Well, I'll leave you with this quote before we get into the exercise, which says, "Victorious warriors win first, then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win." Take of that what you will. Let's get on with the exercise. All right, welcome to the exercise portion of the video. I'm going to show you how to avoid those three most common habit change mistakes while infusing your new habit with rocket fuel so it moves you in the direction of your goals and your desires and it has a lot of passion in it. Okay, so the way we're going to actually do this is I think most people end up creating habit change by focusing on their goals and their results first and then trying to do a habit that's aligned with that, and they're focused on how much money they want to make or how much weight they want to gain. But actually what we want to do is the first thing is we want to decide and create the kind of person that we want to be. And then we actually are going to prove it to ourselves and actually shift our beliefs with small successes. Over time, these habits, these small successes are going to grow and it's going to shift our beliefs, molding us more congruently with this new identity. We're going to actually become the kind of person that's congruent with the goals that we set, and those goals and those results will be a natural byproduct. So it's going about it in a little different of a manner, but I think it will be a lot more successful and a lot more efficient than the way we normally do it. All right, so part one. So make sure to get out a pen and paper and make a list of your goals for the next 1 to 5 years. So go ahead and pause this. Actually, let me give you an example first. So let's say, be specific. You want to earn $10,000 a month through my own location-independent business, providing personal empowerment to at least 1,000 people per year. So something like that. Go ahead and pause this and do that now. Okay, so now that you've listed your goals, you want to actually list the type of person that you would have to be, the identity you would have to take on to be congruent with each one of those goals. So for this example, the congruent identity would be successful entrepreneur, or you can write down, I desire to be a successful entrepreneur. So go ahead and pause this, do that now for each one of your goals. Okay, once you've done that, so you want to choose one goal and one/identity to work on right now. You can always change it later. When you've done that, you want to list the habits of the identity. So the habits of the kind of person that is congruent with this goal. So for example, for our previous example, the successful entrepreneur, what are the habits of this successful entrepreneur archetype? So when I think of one, maybe you can even do a little bit of research, which I've done, person probably wakes up before 6 a.m. every day, doesn't hit the snooze alarm, they works on their business for an hour or at least 4 hours, I don't know, every day, exercises daily, etc. Okay, so go ahead and do that right now. Pause this. Okay, once you've done that, then the next thing is you want to make a list of habits, or sorry, take that list of habits and simplify them down to something that's manageable, something that's doable, and something that you can win at every day. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but it's not something that is terribly hard. So, for example, waking up before 6 a.m., that's something that I am not capable of doing right now. It is not at my skill level. However, I can totally make a commitment to wake up by 8 a.m. every day, and that would have already been earlier than what time I was getting up before. For example, this is just an example. Okay, no snooze alarm. So certainly when writing this, I couldn't hit the snooze alarm 0 times, but I could probably get away with hitting it once. Let's say working on a business for 2 to 4 hours every day. I don't know if I could do that, but I could make 1 sales call per day and succeed at that. No problem. It'll be a little bit stretch. It'll be out of my comfort zone, but I can do that. Exercise daily. I could walk around the block every day. I know I can't necessarily get to the gym and get a hard workout in, but I could definitely walk around the block. I could find the time to do that. So go ahead and write all those things, all those small habits the small habits that you could win at next to those greater habits of the identity that you want to become. All right, so last thing is that we want to look for the keystone habits that inspire you among that list and choose one to be your habit for that goal to start with. So keystone habit is anything that you do that provides a cascade of other positive results. So working out every day is a perfect example. When I work out, I feel better, my mind works better, I sleep better, I end up eating better. It just makes it, I perform better at work. It has all these effects that are cascading in different directions that's beyond just, getting stronger or getting in better shape. So go ahead and take a minute to do that and look for the keystone habit that really inspires you and it's really aligned with that goal. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the keystone habit, but I highly recommend it, especially when you're starting out. So just to go over examples, more examples if you're still looking at this. In a health area, let's say your goal is to lose 40 pounds or get a 6-pack. So the identity would be something like I desire to be healthy or an athlete. The daily habits would be that they work out hard every day. So something small that you could do is you could, let's say, I don't know, walk or run around the block every day. That's something that's totally doable and winnable and will start helping create that identity for you. So let's say you want to learn to speak Spanish. So it might seem like a lofty goal. I desire to be the kind of person who can pick up a second language. And the habit of that identity, I'm just making this up here, but might be that they read in Spanish for 30 minutes every day. A small win that you could do if that seems like way too much, because it would be way too much for me when starting out. Listen to Spanish audio tape in your car every day on the way to work. Totally doable, doesn't require any extra time. All right, another goal is increase your net worth to $500,000. So this identity might be a great investor or a person who's rich. The habit might be invest 10% of their income every day. It would probably be more like 10% a month because people usually don't get paid every day, but whatever, we're working in daily habits. So the small daily habit would be put $5 into savings every day. That's something that I'm pretty sure most of us can do. So just to end on this note, this habit should be aligned with your goals. So we're starting small and we're shifting our beliefs about our identity and getting small successes through getting small successes. So we're going every day and we're actually moving in the direction of creating this identity, and we're reinforcing the belief by having the success that's congruent with these goals and this identity. So the habit is going to be tied to a goal of yours that will really help create the identity that's congruent with your desired results. And because it's tied to an important goal, this habit really has more of an emotional element to it. It's infused with purpose and it's likely to be important to you. So it'll make it that much easier to stay committed. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in, and best of luck with everything. I will keep you posted when the free course comes out. And until then, rock on.